Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing from Monday, the 14th of October, 2024. We'll start here with a look at the synoptic. This is yesterday at lunchtime, and this high pressure here is sort of drifting out into the sort of middle of Europe, and there's a little low pressure overnight wandered up from the Atlantic along the southern coast of England. This has brought a couple of occlusions with it, and a lot of low cloud, rain, and a bit of fog as well. So it's not looking too good today. If we run that through midnight tonight and into tomorrow, you can see that whole thing disappears. But the next weather system's lining up to come through a couple of low pressures out to the west of Ireland. Looking at the satellite picture, I've introduced the rain into that sat pic as well, just to show what the rain actually is. And if we run that system through from about 6:15 this morning, you can see that although it's generally moving towards the east, you can see that there's a lot of the sort of trailing edge of it is forming as the whole thing moves. So it's going to be quite slow and takes time to clear. If we run the radar picture for rain, we can see that same sort of band of rain making its way towards the east, and that will probably be clear through by about lunchtime. However, if we run the forecast, we can see, although there's a clearance there, there's a lot of moisture hanging around, and it's not really dissipating to the north. Now I've got a suspicion that we're going to be left with a lot of low cloud around this area. And it will feel quite damp throughout the day. The Odium TAF is saying 0807 knots, 8 kilometers in mist and overcast at 300 feet. And then temporarily between now and 7 o'clock this evening, down to 3 kilometers in drizzle, overcast at 200 feet with a 40% chance that during the same period, down to 500 meters in fog and overcast at 100 feet. So it's not looking brilliant going by the Odium TAF. Excuse me, the Farnborough TAF, again, 0806 knots, greater than 10K visibility, but broken at 700 feet. They kind of contradict each other, really, don't they? And 7 kilometers in rain and drizzle, broken at 300 feet, 3 kilometers in drizzle, broken at 100 feet. Kind of a similar picture there. So it's not looking good around the whole area here today. Spot winds then to the north, easterly at 10 knots, to the southwesterly at 15 knots. And that's kind of indicative of a low pressure being right over the top of us. Wind are showing a kind of a northeasterly flow all day, even though the upper wind is and the rain is moving from west to east. The surface wind is more sort of easterly, northeasterly. And that's confirmed by the local forecast here, east-northeasterly winds at 5 to 6 knots throughout the day. But what's really interesting is they're showing fog right throughout the day. And if we go down to the humidity, it's at 99% or 100% throughout the day, which pretty much says it's not going to be flyable. GFS are showing 10 centigrades with a dew point of 9 in the area. And locally, we've got 10.2 and 8.6 just a few moments ago. And looking out the window, you can see that low cloud and mist is down on the surface. Sky sight, a little bit optimistic in the afternoon, I think, but they're showing the cloud base down on the ground up until about lunchtime, accompanied by a bit of rain up until about the same period, and then gradually lifting throughout the afternoon. So if we do get the sky sight weather, we might get a little wind in the afternoon, a couple of hours where we could maybe get something in. But top meteo, if we run this through from 9 o'clock in the morning, they're showing sort of low level clouds and rain throughout the whole period, which isn't brilliant. No times for today then. Let's let me run that back to the map so you can have a look at that. 19 here is a restricted area, which is temporarily down at Salisbury. Barton Stacey is the usual live firing. 27 is Bulford. The danger area is active. 28 Ash Ranges. Danger area is active. 29 is the Uphaven phone number change, and 30 doesn't concern us. That's firing of flares and such like after dark. So let's move on to the airfield brief for the day then. And you can see that if we go to the cross section, it doesn't look too good, does it? It's got odium, the cloud down on the ground throughout the whole day, and they're forecasting fog, so not brilliant there. If we run that onto the flying list, then we've got essentially 1K21 on booked flying, 1K21 on the casual list, and there's a K, that should be read K21 booked to club members, and there's availability on 3, 6 and 8 with one member on the casual list, but it doesn't really look like we're going to be doing much today, so perhaps you might like to make use of the simulator that's available as per normal. There is one movement that the last actual timing was 11:42 for an arrival, but that's been delayed. It may well be cancelled due to the weather. So operations today, if we do go out, we'll set up on 09 for a wet operation. The grass is basically too wet to use, so it will be the extender bars towing the cables down the side of the runway. We've got a low pressure moving through the area from the west towards the east, and it's moving quite slowly. The included fronts on that system are giving rain and low cloud and fog throughout the day. Buggies, just a reminder about seated passengers only, and please do not land or taxi on the unusable parts of the disused runways to the south of the main east-west runway, which are those runways showing in red here. So again, if we go out today, it will be on the hard runway. Winch launching will be off the tarmac as well, and we'll be operating on 09. That's it for me today then. I'll see you shortly, probably in the clubhouse. And if we do go out, keep it safe and enjoy your flying.